The other day, a bunch of pictures leaked. They are very, very spicy AI images of music superstar Taylor Swift, and the internet has collectively lost their mind in support of her. The reason I find this to be so interesting is because this is a topic that has come up more than a few times, especially in recent memory. Whether it's Xochitl Gomez, Scarlett Johansson, many other actresses, the idea of AI deepfake porn is nothing new when it comes to Hollywood celebrities, but now that Taylor Swift is involved, the culture has all collectively held their breath and
bowed their heads in silence, in solidarity with Taylor Swift.
We will
so
not
just
show.
To be clear, these are completely fake AI-generated images of Taylor Swift in X-rated situations. Okay, these
involving everything from Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, mostly though they're themed around her going to Kansas City Chiefs games, wearing very little clothing and
wearing mostly body paint, actually.
The Daily Mail says that these are being hosted on a website called Celeb Jihad, one of the many deepfake porn websites in existence that continue to outrun cybercrime investigators.
Shouldn't have checked that one on a work Wi-Fi.
Yes, I did check this out though, and it says Celeb Jihad is a nude celebrity photos and videos website brought to you daily by Islamic extremists. So it's highly satirical, obviously, but these have circulated all over the internet. Like, there's no way that these are going to get erased completely, but they do violate Twitter TOS. Yes. And Swifties on Twitter are trying desperately to report accounts that are circulating the images. Some of them are getting suspended. Yeah. Some of the accounts are getting suspended, but others aren't.
I don't listen. I didn't share. I haven't shared any of those
people
pictures.
People are saying pics or shut up. We cannot share them. They will get us banned.
We can't share them.
They are straight up pornographic, and they're not allowed on YouTube. So
I'm not sharing those pictures at all, and I don't think that you should, because it's probably pretty bad. But.
Well, if it were you, you wouldn't want that to be all over the internet.
No.
It's just, basic,
like I said,
common sense. Here's the TOS, though. Unwanted sexual content and graphic objectification is banned on Twitter. We prohibit unwanted sexual conduct and graphic objectification that sexually objectifies an individual without their consent. So it's safe to say all of these images getting circulated violate the TOS, but, it's kind of difficult to reverse what's already happened. They're on multiple different platforms, and this is something that the internet can't govern. They can't stop this from happening. And I've noticed that it's really only happening to celebrities and influencers who sexualize themselves the least. You don't see deepfake porn of Cardi B or of Megan Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj
or Sexy Red
or Lizzo or Sexy Red or all of these different female celebrities who sexually objectify themselves in public by choice. You only see it from Taylor Swift, who has a clean-cut image. I'm seeing Scarlett Johansson, Selena Gomez, a lot of different people who have more clean-cut images who expressly wouldn't want this on the internet.
There is an attempt. There is like a part of the people that are doing this that like to defile people that wouldn't do this kind of thing. Like,
part of the appeal is almost we're violating your privacy, and that's part of the appeal of making these images. If it's somebody who already sexually objectifies themselves, like an OnlyFans girl, there's no point.
Well, there's no market for that. They could just see the real thing.
Right.
There's no reason to do that.
Exactly. So, some of these photos I unfortunately had to scroll through, looking through these trending. Taylor Swift AI was trending. Protect Taylor Swift started trending because Swifties are really upset about this. I think that the Swifties are upset because they like Taylor Swift, not because they think that this is some kind of ethical monstrosity. This has happened to other celebrities before, and it got way less attention. We just talked about Xochitl Gomez. She's a Marvel actress, and she plays America Chavez, and she's underage. She's 17 years old, and she had to come across these images of herself that were deepfaked.
Which her mom had been
tried to get them removed from the internet.
Her mom had been working overtime to try and get them removed because she's underage.
Yeah, her mom had been trying to get these removed from the internet, and it wasn't working. And she came across these not knowing that they existed before. And she talked about this in an interview, and I didn't see this trending. I didn't see protect Xochitl Gomez trending. I see it because it's Taylor Swift.
Yep.
And she's like the messiah to these people.
Yeah, you've crossed the line once you've officially crossed her, and that's the problem. This is one of the comments from the Daily Mail article. It says, how is this not considered sexual assault? Can't be the only one who is finding this weird and uncomfortable. Are we talking about the body and face of a woman being used for something she probably would never allow or feel comfortable with?
It's not sexual assault because no one was assaulted.
Yes. Well, I mean, this is where, like, I guess you could say revenge porn, but it's not that either.
There might be something else that you could charge them with, and maybe there needs to be a new law made, but you don't misuse laws, and you definitely don't misuse assault.
Well,
Assault is a real thing. It's an extremely important legal term.
We've already heard the term digitally human trafficked or whatever.
Yeah, well,
you know, but people are lobbying the government to legislate on this because this is such a new phenomenon that they don't really know what to do with it yet.
And I'm okay with it.
I just saw this story from a high schooler who is a deepfake victim pushing for federal law targeting AI-generated explicit content in New Jersey. And I also just saw a headline earlier today about a 14-year-old girl who reportedly committed suicide after classmates of hers were circulating deepfaked videos of her in porn scenes. So this is not just affecting celebrities, but unfortunately, the way that the world works today, if it doesn't affect a celebrity, then nobody's going to pay attention to it as a social issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. That story is particularly egregious. What happened?
It's awful. It's tragic
to that girl.
And I don't think it's right when it happens to anyone, but you know, the unequal enforcement of these standards is clear on display.
How do you think she's going to respond to this?
I don't think she's going to respond at all, and she would be smart not to. Yeah. She doesn't respond to most controversies surrounding her.
It would be Streisand affecting it for her for her to bring it up.
It's a self-defeating issue here.
That's actually an issue for her, like where her own involvement would actually make it worse for herself.
Right, exactly. And I have seen, you know, Twitter is suspending some of the accounts that are posting these images, but they can't possibly get all of them. Yep. And the images are out there now. Like the cat's out of the bag. It's impossible to stop it.
Well, not only that, the technology's out there too. So even if they got rid of like these,
and it's only getting more and more advanced.
It's going to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's going to get worse. There was a show called Dollhouse where they find a way of transferring like your whole brain, your human consciousness can be uploaded into other into other bodies. You can wipe a mind blank and basically put your entire personality, your brain into another person. And the whole idea behind the show is like, now that the technology has been invented, you can't uninvent it.
Yeah.
This is the path that we're on now, and there's nothing else we can do about that.
It's the stuff of a Black Mirror episode.
Yes, you cannot unring that bell.
And that's true, and I think that there's a lot of context that applies to, like the idea that we can be, we could ever be not constantly monitored. I think that ship left the port a long time ago. That's not an option anymore. I think that those kind of things have gone away and they were gone a long time ago.
I don't remember. Did Scarlett Johansson ever address this issue when she talked? Because it seemed to be she was the one case where I feel like I saw more people talking about it with her originally.
Emma Watson as well.
Yes, yes, and Emma Watson. So
big.
Those were the celebrities that it seemed like it happened to initially the most. Scarlett Johansson's an interesting version of that because she has not sexualized herself, but she's known for being a woman that has used her sexuality in roles before.
Yeah, but I also have seen this happen to at least one male celebrity, Ice Cube. He got,
I did not know
someone
that.
tagged him in an AI-generated image of him in a sexual connotation, and he blocked them, and they were like clowning on him for this. But like, what would you do if it was you?
Yeah.
You know, like it's just really disheartening. And bears mentioning that Travis Kelce isn't in any of these Kansas City Chiefs themed images.
He is in the
He's not in any of them.
where Taylor Swift has given birth and Travis Kelce is there and she's holding the baby.
And the baby happens to be black.
Yes.
That was the image.
He was in that one. It doesn't even really look like him all that much in that one. But
yeah.
This is a bell that can't be unrung. It's going to keep happening to celebrities. It is going to be a cautionary tale for a lot of people who, suddenly back in the day might have wanted to become famous, now you have to ask yourself, do I actually want to put myself out there and face that much public scrutiny? Because this will be one of the things that can happen.
Unfortunately, the reason people are posting these things is because they have internet anonymity.
Yes.
They're not going to be identified for who they are. But also, the only way you can protect yourself from these things is internet anonymity.
Say nothing, do nothing, be nothing.
I think we missed a $20 super chat.
Yes, from Mikey says, Futurama did it first. Sex bots and heads in jars tech. Okay.
I didn't see that.
There's it's a crazy world that we're living in, and this technology is only going to get better, and it's going to happen very quickly, if I had to guess, in the next couple of years.
The stuff that we're seeing now is still in its infancy, and the more complex it gets and the more advanced it gets, the faster the progress is going to be. So
I've also seen it with AOC.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They did that picture was circulating a lot right during Boobgate with Lauren Boebert. They're like, can we just get these two women to mud wrestle to see which geriatric man becomes the next president? Yeah, that's the world you live in now. You have to.
I'm not saying I like AOC, but I don't think this should happen to anyone.
Yeah.
It's not right.
I just, I don't know if I would ever want to be somebody of her level of fame who's going to have to worry about this stuff all the time, especially, like you said, when you've protected and you've portrayed a fairly modest person. Right?
Yeah, that's one of the things that, for all of Taylor Swift's faults, a lot of parents really like Taylor Swift because she's one singular celebrity out there, especially for female pop stars, that doesn't have an overtly sexualized public image. She keeps herself clean cut, teeny bopper friendly.
Yeah.
There are a few exceptions, and that's the reason why she's being portrayed in this way by people with bad intentions.
Yeah.
You're not going to see deepfake porn of celebrities who already lean into sexualizing themselves.
Or if they do, there's just less of a market for it.
No one
Right.
cares.
Yeah.
No one cares.
because they've seen it already.
It's like no one cares to see Sexy Red's.
And it's specifically
Genitals.
about humiliating the person. That's what
Olivia
it is.
Clare says she isn't modest. She not modest? Is Taylor
Taylor
Swift not
Swift?
modest?
She's not.
Look,
not
if you're
modest.
comparing her to the mainstream in Hollywood, absolutely, I think that she keeps, relative to the rest, like, I guess, virginal image. Her song lyrics, they're love songs or they're revenge songs, but they are not sexual in nature, almost ever. I can't think of any other example.
Not actually sexual, no.
Yeah, no. And even in the costumes that she wears on stage, like, she keeps it PG.
They might not be modest because they're form fitting,
Right.
But they're not immodest.
Compare it to what else is on the market. It's actually, kind of a good thing that she's the most powerful and famous pop star right now, because we could have worse.
Deer Scream says she's a Trojan horse for degeneracy.
Taylor Swift is?
I guess, yeah.
Well, it's not her fault that this is happening.
Trojan Horse Degeneracy would be a band name I'd like too. I'd take that. Also, I did figure this was bear mentioning. If you're also looking at the effects Taylor Swift has on the culture, anti-hero bridesmaid chooses Taylor Swift concert over going to her best friend's wedding.
So, yeah, we talked about how Taylor Swift is causing divorces.
Yep.
Also ending friendships.
Yep, that's very sad. She says, I felt she so often provided the soundtrack to life's moments and helped me find the perfect track to sum up how I felt at any moment. I danced to 22 on my 22nd birthday, saying we are never ever getting back together when I broke up with my ex, and blasted Shake It Off whenever I was having a bad day. So I wouldn't go far as to calling myself a Swiftie by any means, but I do understand the adoration that people have for Spotify's 2023's most listened artist. But I do think I don't think I could forgive my bestie for committing this cardinal sin. So can you imagine choosing Taylor Swift over your best friend?
No,
That's
I couldn't.
very, very sad.
Oh, I also wanted to mention that Taylor Swift's biggest stalker just got arrested for the third time. He's visited her apartment in New York City like 30 times.
Like 30 times.
And now, so he's stalking Taylor Swift, and TMZ is stalking him.
Yeah.
They're like taking pictures of him from blocks away while he's like smoking a cigarette outside of McDonald's. So he's kind of being stalked as well. It's a stalking train.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.